Clearing my throat. Also realizing I probably should tidy up this space just here. I might do that as a warm-up, waiting for everyone to arrive. Okay, what do we keep here? Okay, books. We've got a few books we need to sort out. Some. Okay, that's a different book. Cocktail books. Adam and Eve books, which I still weirdly have a kind of interest in. World's best cocktails. Okay, we got a drink here. Amaze. Were you watching Hail Mary again today? I saw you do the Rocky meme. Okay, these things. I'm just trying to sort things here. Put that there, that there. Chickens can just go over there. Tom. Well, you know what? That's a start in terms of organizing things a bit better. Right, I was going to do a Death and Co thing. Discord, Your'sn't. Today became top viewed film of all time on your Plex. Only been there for a week. Okay, choice of what we're going to talk about. Next week. You know what? I feel like I haven't done Michael Caine for ages. The Ipcress File, because that's a famous. That was a novel, I think. Maybe I just watched like Sean Connery today. Okay. I think I want to make a stirred gin drink. Stirred agave drinks. Classic and vintage. Gin shaken. Okay, a stirred gin drink. Botany of Desire. Calvados. Combier. What the fuck is that? Verjus. Okay, well, things I don't have. Chinatown. Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown. I feel like I need to make a video of this. Dry gin, vermouth, China. And that's stirred. I think, God, I need to make a Chinatown. Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown. Dick Brautigan, gin, Puntamez. I just have to go out and get my sweet vermouth for that. 3.6 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I mean, that's better than average. Old film that's older than me. Why not? European Union, Old Tom June, sweet vermouth. Gonzalez, dry gin, Puntamez. Sorry, Chinatown has got me just for the name. Helen at the Moon. Geneva. White creme de cacao. Cane sugar. Damn. That too. Although, you know, just where okay, so the Hill is slightly higher rated. Averaging more than 4 out of 5 is pretty good. hostage situation. Old Tom Gin. Vermouth. Shrub. Imperial March. Strong Gin. Sherry. Coca Americano. Luxardo Maraschino liqueur. The Joy Division. Gin, vermouth, Cointreau, absinthe. Phil Ward, that's like a sweetened Alaska. Le Satil. Geneva, Cardinal. Key Party, Gin, Kina. They gotta go with the weird stuff, don't they? Gin, yellow chartreuse, maraschino, orange juice. I'm going to have to try some of their fucking gin cocktails. I haven't been doing that. Margaret Pomerantz calls the Hill grueling portrayal of men struggling to survive military prison camp. Mr. Sean Connery, one of his best performances. I don't like prison movies very much. This has stayed with me. Do you have anyone famous reviewing the Ipcress file? Okay, I think for friggin' movie night, I'm going to have to make Chinatown. Of course, the risk is I won't like it. Anyway, let me bookmark that. And if I'm going to try it, I have to go get my sweet vermouth. And that'll also let me get the book movie video. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay. Sweet vermouth. Here's a warm up one of my clarified cocktail. Hey, Justin. Getting distracted with cocktails. The ones I was talking about. I was getting distracted by them. Kind of like, until recently reopening that Death & Co book, I hadn't opened it for like a year or more. And then I was suddenly going like, holy shit, this is full of really good cocktails. Okay, I want to transfer. Here I go, hoping I don't fuck up my microphone. What did I say just before I fucked up the microphone? I hope I don't fuck up the microphone. Wait, I'm also just going to make sure I have the right microphone on now. It does look like it, yes. Okay. This is what happens when you run out of time, though. Okay, I just want to transfer this file. Copy to pictures. I've got extra orange peel because at one point I was going to stream last night, but plans changed. All right. Force the lid on a recalcitrant Tupperware dish. Okay, remember, don't be tempted to unplug that USB when the video is transferred, because that'll fuck up the microphone again. Okay, cherry. Ooh, I got 2 first go. I didn't even cheat. The cocktail gods smile upon me. Okay. Open that. Open this. I think this works. Let's go Windows Media Player. Oh, okay. I've got this stupid thing. This sound settings. It's so frustrating having fucked up. And that should be it. G'day, guys. Yes, okay. Stupid fucking laptop. I got it sorted, though. There's not a mic on my laptop. It's on the camera. And... oh, wait. It fucking did this to me last time. Fucking StreamYard is fucking with me. If I actually say no, use the webcam, and then I say no, actually the Yeti microphone. Now it should be better. Hello, Heine. So it should be the Yeti microphone now. But I think you may have been right. Lots of things happened today, Safa, but the 3rd of May has its own famous painting. It's a famous painting by Goya about the Spanish resistance to Napoleon's army. The full name of the painting is The 3rd of May, 1808 in Madrid. It's just a story. Donald Trump is unpopular in Australia. Yes, he is. He's unpopular pretty much everywhere in the world, apart from with freaks in the United States. Yes, it rained for hours on end today, Safa. You are correct. Pasta bolognese. I had pasta mac and cheese because I made a big batch of it and I was just finishing it. With mushroom and onion, and it's yummy. Well, that is what I said, Justin, is it only with freaks in the US that he's popular. What did I do today? Fuck all, because it was raining. I was going to go to the markets. I think like any other time One Nation had popularity, it's a blip and it's caused by momentary frustration with major parties. It's you know, the Liberal Party sucks so much that all the conservatives, again, the very stupid conservatives, I won't hold back for a second. Anyone who ever fucking says anything good about Hanson or One Nation is a fucking piece of shit. They're somewhere on a spectrum to being horrible, bigoted piece of shit to just really fucking stupid. Like they've been suckered in and believe the lies, because that's all there is behind One Nation: racism and lies. And anyone who tries to say otherwise is either a racist or a stupid racist. And I have zero time for them to say, you shouldn't engage. No, I shouldn't engage with them. They should fuck off. Yeah, Justin, the whole Obama thing was hype, though, and I was part of it. I think I still have an Obama-Biden yard sign somewhere I brought back from America. It is date night next Saturday, Safa. Wasn't date night last night, but I just wanted to chill out last night. Yeah, I was one of the many people who thought Obama was a much better pick than Hillary Clinton and had the promise of being different. I think the Obama administration ended up being indistinguishable for what a Clinton administration would have been. It was all hype and promise and zero delivery. Yes, the Farah by-election will be a date night. I don't really give it. I suppose it will be interesting if One Nation get in because of Liberal Party preferences. But yeah. But just, in a sick and obnoxious way. And fuck the Liberal Party. Or the coalition, such as it is. You got a lot of faith in Labor there, Justin. You're talking about federal Labor is going to do something about housing prices. What are they going to do? They're going to get rid of all that stupid negative gearing bullshit that turned housing from a basic need to an exploitable commodity. It's just fucking bullshit. Oh yeah, everyone's been obsessed with taxing gas. It really does seem the deal some of these companies have with our natural resources is serious bullshit. I'd want to look into it further before making any absolute statements, but it does seem like bullshit. All right, I'm going to do a couple of things. Actually, I'm going to decant my liqueur, because it's definitely ready to be decanted, and then repopulate it with some cheap wine. Oh, the WA Premier is scared about resource because they're just making so much money there anyway. They don't care that companies are looting our resources. I mean, the state that gave us Gina fucking Reinhardt, because the Premier managed to get sort of electorally blackmailed by Lang Hancock. Give me a mining lease I have no legal right to, and that is actually clearly illegal, or I'll use my influence with the media to make you lose the next state election. And the then Premier folded and gave Lang Hancock massive holdings in breach of the law. Oh God, Safa. Again, I'm not going to make a sweeping statement about the GST arrangements with the states without seriously looking at it. Hello, Hannah. How are you? All right, I'm going to do a couple things. Oh, wait. Just before I'm going to do the preview of the book movie. Just before I do, I want to taste test the tequila. See if I think it should come out. April 21st. What was that, 2 weeks ago? Because I wasn't planning on leaving this in there that long. A bit of colour. Brief moment before you go sleepies. Oh, you definitely go sleepies if you need sleepies. I missed you too, Hannah. But, you know, if you've been busy, that's okay. Oh, smells good. That tastes really good. Doesn't really taste like tequila anymore. It's a liqueur. It's a tequila liqueur now. Going to bed at 4 p.m., being asleep during my shift. That's okay. You got to do what you got to do, Hannah. Wow, that's really nice. Now I have a tequila liqueur. All right. 21st of April. Where's the fucking calendar? Stupid fucking laptop. Yeah, Tuesday will be 2 weeks. And you know what? Oh, maybe I'll leave, just for fun, I'm going to leave it just Tuesday. Super B update. First plane ride. Nice. Going to bed at 4, waking up briefly a few minutes after the stream ends. Crap, missed it again. Oh, no. You know what? I'm just going to decant my liqueur. And, is there going to be an angel share? I've got a 1 litre bottle. It was a Maker's Mark bottle, 1 litre, which I got on sale, but I also thought, 1 litre bottle could come in handy. So I tasted the liqueur. It's very yummy. It's only been in a bit over a week and a half. Peeing ASMR for anyone who's into that sort of thing. I also made eggnog today because we're doing Christmas in July at my work. So the eggnog needs 2 months to mature. Ooh, this one's really dark. For some reason, my last liqueur was much lighter and tasted a bit different. I must have done something different in the ingredients, and I don't even remember what that was. It's still yummy though. Okay, this is getting a bit light, so maybe I can do the fast pour now. Fast dump. Oh, it's gonna. Oh, it's just gonna fit. It is just going to fit. Ooh, that was a close run thing. All right, and I will just put some wine back in here. Ooh, my little bar bin needs to get filled in. Empty, I should say. All right. Liqueur. Dark as my soul. Okay. Wine. Let's get one of these big old Plonko bottles. This'll do. Just got to keep the barrel wet. And now I have to think of what to put in here next. Mind you, I've got a whole bunch of things going on. So I've got 2 things I want to try around May 24th. So in 3 weeks. Wait, how much does this hold? Just 1 litre, isn't it? No, 1.5 litres. Okay. I've got to worry about overfilling my little barrel. Trying to minimize the amount of mess I make. Yep, okay. I fucked it. That was annoying. Right, I made a mess. That can wait till tomorrow to get cleaned up. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play the book video, and then I'm going to make the Chinatown, and then we're going to do Laserdisc Night. Is jail time worth it? You're doing okay? Not yet arrested for acts of revenge? Nice. Safa, I'm going to have to. I just made a fucking mess and it's going to be really sticky tomorrow. Because I can't be fucked doing it now. So, c'est la vie. Okay, right. Going to play the latest book video and I'll see if I can finish making this cocktail while it's on. Okay, so let's go share screen, window, audio. Okay. So I'll play this and you gotta tell me if the audio is working. Oh, okay, sorry. Just before I step away, Charlie, I will give you the backstage link on the Discord. And okay, stepping away, sending the message. Okay, so tell me if the audio is playing, because this thing acts weird.
G'day cocktail lovers. There's another cocktail going in the book this week. This one is built around rum and sake. It was a pleasant surprise to me how good this cocktail was, because I'll be honest, the reason I made it in the first place was a friend had gifted me a bottle of sake, and I was looking up sake cocktails to find a way to use the sake. Like so many of the cocktails I made, I found this recipe on Simon Difford's Guide website. He actually calls this out as possibly his greatest crafted cocktail. That's no small claim for someone who's published around 1,000 cocktails. It's called Damn It Jimmy. You might think the name, maybe it comes from the original series of Star Trek because of how often Bones said "Damn it, Jim" to Captain Kirk, as shown in this supercut.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell's the matter with you?
It's nothing to do with Star Trek. It's also nothing to do with any of the ingredients. It actually comes from some music that Difford was listening to when he was coming up with his creation and seeking inspiration for a name. The inspiration was a largely instrumental track called Another Life from a band called The Album Weave. Right at the end of this track, one of the band members exclaims,
"Damn it, Jimmy." That sounded really smart.
"Damn it, Jimmy," because he's so enthralled with how good the track was. Cocktail names can come from weird places. To make this cocktail, you'll have to bring together the following. First up is sake. I don't know anything about sake, so I'm trusting my friend. They know this is a good one. For the rum element, I'm using an Australian white rum. It's got a really nice sort of Jamaican flavour to it. The original recipe called for Fino sherry, but I don't drink enough sherry to have 2 dry sherries on hand, so I'm using Amontillado. The vermouth I'm using is another Australian product, Regal Rogue's Daring Dry. When I saw that list of ingredients on the page, it didn't stand out to me as something that's going to be great, but it really does come together amazingly well. The recipe loosely follows the martini template, booze and fortified aromatized wines. It is an all booze cocktail stirred on ice, so you got to be prepared for that depending on what sake you use and what rum you use. It may be stronger or less so. It'll be at least 2 standard drinks though. So if you like boozy drinks that aren't so sweet, you might like this. Here's how we make it. In a mixing glass, add 45 mils of sake, then 45 mils, half an ounce of white rum, then a quarter of an ounce, around 7.5 mils of dry sherry, then again a quarter of an ounce, 7.5 mils, this time dry vermouth, and then just 5 mils of a sugar syrup, about a bar spoon's worth. Stir that on ice for 20 to 25 seconds, and then straining that into a chilled cocktail glass. There's a recommendation to use a martini glass. I used a Nicanora. I regret nothing. I love the wash line. I think it would have looked really low in my martini glass. Also, the garnish recommended was blue cheese stuffed green olives. Not a thing I like, not a thing I have, but if that sounds like a good garnish to you, knock yourself out. Me, I'm going to refresh my palate. What is this drink actually like? It's really good. It's really smooth. It is reminiscent of a martini, but it's not as intense as a really gin-forward martini, the way I like my martinis. So even though it's unlike the way I like martinis, I still like it because it's a different thing. And I don't know about you, I like variety in my cocktails. Even though they're the supporting characters, I feel like the vermouth and sherry really come through in the flavor. I suppose given that sake is rice wine, that whole wine fortified flavor is big. It's going to depend on what white rum you use, how much it dominates. I personally recommend not using a rum that will really dominate. I don't use Wray and Nephew Overproof. That would be my suggestion, because those wine-based elements really work well, and it is a tasty drink. It's light, it's fresh, and that's why it was on one of my favorites for 2025. It's called Damn It, Jimmy. Cheers.
Okay, stop sharing. All right. Now, why? Okay. Fuck me. Trying to recharge his batteries. Just changed my audio recorder batteries because I was worried about it. Let's get ready. All right. I'm thinking of putting it here because I'm really worried about knocking the ting again. Damn it, Angry. Thanks, Safa. That is a pretty good drink, though, that one. Oh, wait, Charlie's here. Here we go. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I didn't
So
mind
you-
sitting backstage for a bit. I was happy sitting there
That's
watching
okay.
it.
No, that's
Um,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, wait. Just double checking the strength of
Yes,
the
I did the same thing while I was watching your book video.
Yeah.
Yeah, good video. I liked it that you had the Star Trek thing in it. That was really cool.
Yeah. It was just random chance that I happened to find that video. I was thinking, can I get something saying damage in? And someone posted that one that like he never actually said it. But yeah, okay. So
I did not know that. It's like there's a bit in Ace Ventura when he's quoting Scotty.
yeah,
And he's like, I don't have the power. And he never actually said that line. It was just something that was made up it was a generalization, you know?
yeah. But that I also don't think that's one that isn't one that everyone thinks happened. I mean, Ace Ventura might have put it into people's minds, but
It did me. I didn't know Star Trek, so yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I knew, I thought it was a line from this movie.
All
Kind
right.
of look very 90s at the moment. I'm loving this kind of flannel look with the t-shirt underneath, and yeah.
Nice.
Living and breathing 90s here, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Let's start my microphone because this is good shit right here. I'm talking about cocktails.
Okay. Let me get rid of the...
So, Ipcress File, by the way, the
Yes.
reason why I picked that was because it's actually made by the same people that made James Bond.
Right, and it's another spy
Same
thing.
crew, and they went, "Hey, Bond's popular, but we can only make so many with
the original material.
what's his
Yeah.
I'm having a brain fart.
Was it Connery at the time? Or?
Yeah, Connery. Thank you. Why did I? Yeah, because the other movie's Connery, and that's what's confusing me. Right. Yeah. So there's only so many they had him locked down for. So they're like, okay, well, what if we did another Bond series, but got an actor that we can just, have him in anything, And basically, when it comes to Michael Caine, I'd sit there and watch him make a cup of coffee. I love the dude.
Yeah, he's very good.
As long as he's talking, yeah.
Yeah. All righty, let's get ready. I'm going to set the audio recorder up. Just make sure it's actually recording. Yep, time is running.
Excellent. I'm going to kill that light. That light's
okay.
Shit.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Wait a second. I'm just reorienting a couple things. All right.
So
ready to go.
It's hello and welcome to Box Set Night at.
I didn't know. I didn't know we were specializing in box sets tonight.
Well,
I'm
we
excited.
like to do a few specialities each week, don't we, Angry? Sometimes we do some horrors or comedies, or we had a family. Remember that episode we just did family movies?
Yeah, that was good.
That was a fun one. Had Sophie on and stuff. Next week I'm thinking about maybe doing a bit of a horror special.
Ooh.
It's anyway. Most of these are still just your usual, standard titles, but I've slipped in a few extra box sets.
Okay.
And one of them is so big that we have to start off with it because I need to get it out of the way because I can't reach anything else because it's so big.
Okay, after all that build-up, what's it going to be?
So, yeah, thank you, Angry Aussie, for joining me again. Welcome to It's a Whole Laserdisc Thing. I'm Charlie.
I feel like at exactly the same moment as me, it popped into your head, we didn't do an introduction yet. Hello, I'm known as Angry Aussie, and we are going to talk Laserdiscs.
Yeah, and to start off with, we're going to do the very first ever full-featured 3D CGI film, Toy Story. This is the deluxe CAV edition, and if you take a standard Laserdisc, here's what's coming up next, and it's going to kill the surprise. But there's a standard disc, and as you can see, it's
bigger,
like next size up. Yeah. What a Sean Connery. Yeah. Anyway, so let's have a look inside. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry about that at home. That I hit the microphone and they're going to hear that. You didn't because you're hearing from a different microphone.
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
What's in the box?
In the box. What's in the box?
Is it Woody's head? What's in the box?
Okay. Starting off with the CAV edition. So you can pinpoint every single frame in the movie, which is really cool.
Nice.
Then we've got the behind the scenes. What's really cool about this is they're showing off the old Pixar studios.
Yeah.
Before Disney bought them. So this is the one where it was leased by Macintosh. Actual Apple owned Pixar, remember? So it's really cool because they have secret dungeons and stuff like that and shit they couldn't get away with when Disney bought them. Yeah.
I love behind the scenes stuff with Pixar. It's fantastic. And I do remember the secret rooms and whatnot. They literally got to do whatever they wanted with that space.
Yeah, but sadly, when Disney bought them, they stuck them in an old building that was already there and they couldn't do shit like that anymore. But that one was when they still had, up until Toy Story 2, 2000, and then they sold that building and moved in with Disney and stuff like that. This is cool. You love your lenticular artwork, and so do I.
Oh, yes.
So I'm getting it out.
A little... Oh, I wasn't sure that was going to work on video, but it does.
Yeah, it looks fully 3D, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it comes with a frame here and stuff too, which is cool. Little frame.
Oh, nice.
Not in perfect condition. If I was to be, like brutally honest, there's a little scratching going on. But the funny thing is, it's lived in its case. I don't think it's been put out, but anyway. Finally, there's the art of Toy Story, which is a look at how they did it's early CGI. It's a look through at early CGI and how they developed it. Like Laserdisc was all about being premium,
Yeah.
like Starbucks. like a $9 coffee at Starbucks. It's premium. And they delivered. This will be reduced in price because the bottoms have had the splits.
Oh, okay.
You see that? So it won't be the full. You'll be getting that will be factored into the overall price. But yeah, that's the Toy Story box. And
the content is amazing.
It's a great film too. I mean,
it is.
Let's not beat around the bush. The reason why we go back to Toy Story all the time is because it was a really good concept and a good way, because they weren't able to do human skin at the time yet.
Yeah.
So they had wood and plastic. They could do that, no problem.
Yeah.
So they did Toy Story.
It is funny looking back at the humans that are in it, and in particular the dog. The dog that's in it is, it's like, oh, geez, that's a bit rough. But
nightmares, yeah.
For the time, it was groundbreaking.
Yep. Well, someone had to do it first. And,
exactly.
I think that was a really good first. All right. Following that, we have
Name of the
Rose.
I did see this back in the day. I remember next to nothing. Sean, like you can see, it's monks and stuff. Sean Connery's character is like a monk investigator, if I remember right. Someone's been murdered and he's trying to solve the murder.
That's Christian Slater.
This is like peak Christian Slater years too.
Oh yeah. Early 90s. They were throwing him in anything, didn't they?
Yeah. Also, for the folks at home, I've got a movie night themed cocktail tonight that I found in the. Let me get it out. The Death and Co. Modern Classics book called Chinatown. Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
It's called Chinatown.
Yeah, Chynar, Cynar, is an artichoke-based Amaro. So bittersweet liqueur. And this has gin and Cynar and vermouth. It's slightly bitter. Like if you like drinks like a Negroni, there's a fair chance you would like this. It's nowhere near as bitter as a Negroni, but it's got character. And when I saw the name, I thought, okay, it's Laserdisc night. We're doing Chinatown.
Yeah. Speaking of looking for a fourth drink to age, have you ever thought about doing a Manhattan?
It is one of the most popular cocktails, actually.
Yeah.
Interesting, because there's
of the Manhattan in general.
I do like a Manhattan, and like the old fashioned, it's a structure that let's play. This is essentially playing with a Manhattan. Instead of a Manhattan has whiskey and sweet vermouth, this has gin and sweet vermouth and China. So this is essentially a Manhattan riff.
Well, anyone else have any suggestions for his barrels? Drop them in the comments. We'd be lovely
Yep.
to read them. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
a movie themed cocktail. Tell us about it.
Oh, that'd be cool too. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Fargo, another one of the Coen Brothers movies that we've been talking about these last
Yeah.
few weeks. This is the
Yeah,
last
close-
of the Coen Brothers films that we've got for sale.
Close to my favorite Coen Brothers film, this one. It's really good.
Now, this one has seen better days, and it's got tape holding it together, so it's in the $5 barrel. But as far as a $5 disc goes, this is an absolute winner.
Definitely.
If I could pick 30 or 40 laser discs to be in my collection only, Fargo would make the list. It's that good of a film. It's my favorite Coen Brothers movie. We talked about this recently.
Yeah, definitely.
And when you've got excessively great directors like Ethan and Joel Coen, and then you've got their best movie, you know you're in for gold. Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Now this was already in the shop once, and then it sold out. But we're bringing it back again because I've got another copy to sell.
Classic. This is like one of the all-timers for Disney from their classic era.
There's a saying that Thumper says in this film that I learned from very young, and I don't know if it was used in any other way before that. Thumper said, if you can't say something nice, don't say it at all. And I've never heard that phrase used in anything, any form of media before Bambi, which was 1943.
Wow, did they invent if you can't say something nice,
Well,
don't say anything at all?
That's the question I'm putting out there to the audience.
Wow.
Maybe
Good challenge for the audience. Find an earlier reference.
yeah. Or you can just look it up on Google, I'm sure. I'm drinking tonight, by the way, hard rated, and we can't call it solo. But
No, because that's enticing kids.
yes, but it's definitely light on the fizz, so you can slam it down fast.
Though you probably shouldn't because of the alcohol content.
Yeah, no, you definitely shouldn't. Yeah. Okay, next up we have some music discs.
Ah.
This is the Pink Floyd. Okay, in 1987, they brought out a live album called Delicate Sound of Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically all the stuff that they were doing up until Learning to Fly. You remember that album that had Learning to Fly? Momentary Lapse of Reason was the album that was on. And so this is the album promoting Momentary Lapse of Reason, plus all the big hits like Money and Time and Comfortably Numb and Run Like Hell and stuff like The Wall and stuff,
Yeah.
That was the first concerts that you could buy on Laserdisc that didn't have Roger Waters, because he left the band in 1982, 83, and tried to sue Pink Floyd for the name, and wanted to have the name, even though he was just one member.
Yeah.
It's a whole little river band thing.
It's a whole music thing, yeah.
Yeah, actually, it's a whole lot of other bands that do that too.
Oh, yeah, it's a common problem. Yeah.
But then you've got the other side of the shoe, which is bands that stick together through thick and thin and tall and short, and
Truly incredible how, I mean, eventually members dropped out because they were so old.
or died, yeah.
Yeah.
Or found in the bottom of a pool.
Yeah, but the core of them sticking together, you're right. That's It is actually worth noting how the Rolling Stones stuck together.
I went and saw the Rolling Stones when they had just come back from a New Zealand tour, and the guitarist Keith Richards had fallen out of a tree and had bandages wrapped around his head. Looked
I
like
remember that.
a rugby player, and still rocking away, on the guitar. It was great. Yeah, no, this is like a greatest hits collection, but a live concert.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what. Okay, the reason why it's called Live at the Max is because it was actually shot on what they call 11 perf IMAX film.
Okay. So it was for IMAX.
Made for the IMAX. It was an early, IMAX had been around since 1993, so that's 1994.
Okay.
It was a very early IMAX, but it was, the widescreen perf, not the
Not the
up
square
and
one.
down. It's the sideways one. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Next up. Oh, this is cool. Can you pronounce that place?
Nebworth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a famous festival, Nebworth.
Right. Yeah. So it's split up into just 4 hours of a 12-hour concert. So
Damn.
there's a lot that's missing, but there's a whole section on Tears for Fears, Phil Collins, Paul McCartney, Status Quo, Eric Clapton, Genesis. Robert Plant has his own section. Elton John has a couple of songs. I'm surprised that he only has a couple of songs, but and then we've got some Dire Straits or Mark Knopfler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very 80s music festival.
And for the Pink Floyd fan, this has some Shine on Your Crazy Diamond and Run Like Hell as well. So samples, just little
sample of the event.
Of some Nebworth, yeah. And what was cool about Nebworth, was a lot of the artists would invite other artists up to play with them. So you would have Eric Clapton on guitar and Phil Collins on drums and Eric and Elton John on keyboards, and it was like a super group, All right, next up we have one of your favorites.
It is one of my favorites, one of my favorite movies from the 90s. Everyone in this is brilliant. It's everything about this is good. It's shot well, it's written well, it's acted well. Great movie.
And dialogue. That's what I like it most. It's really well written.
And what's the marketing? The marketing of who's up front when the stars are actually Russell Crowe and Guy Pearce. They're the lead roles.
Mm-hmm.
And they are not on that cover.
I'm actually surprised they didn't stick Danny DeVito up here as well.
Yeah.
Oh, no, there he is. Sorry.
There's in Kevin Spacey's crotch. That's unfortunate. A lot of people had that.
Right, you've got Russell Crowe hiding back there.
Yeah, they're the leads and they're hiding in the background. I mean, look, marketing, Kim Basinger, I'm on board with using her for marketing, honestly. She is very good.
Especially with Kim Basinger with all that cleavage going on there.
Yeah. And she's genuinely good in that movie.
That's going to get bums on seats,
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, the two Australians playing lead roles in a literal Hollywood crime film is wild.
And while they were still relatively unknown too.
Yeah, it was very big film for both of them.
Yeah, I think that was a film that made them both kind of international,
That locked them in Hollywood, yeah.
All right, and we've done this one before again, but I've got another copy, and the other ones have sold, so we've got to do this sometimes. That's the case.
Absolutely. What goes around comes around. Falling down. Look, a movie I can't believe they haven't remade because I think it's even more relevant in the world today. Disaffected conservative white guys reaching breaking point.
Yeah, you at least get made. You expect this to get made by the group that did those right wing films, like the Lady Balls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know,
That,
at least them,
but they
you know,
suck.
yeah.
Someone could do a good remake of
No, I
this.
would, of course, you know, you know, it'd be really good to have someone like you know, that TV show, the guy that was riding his motorbike, and some dude came up to him and tried to fight him. Is he called? Is it Tracker or?
I haven't watched that, so I don't know.
No, it wasn't a show. It happened in real life. He was riding his motorbike with his kids,
Yeah,
and in the neighborhood was making too much noise.
yeah.
And some dude ran out in front of him and stopped him and threw him off the bike. And then he literally just beat the living shit out of the guy.
Was it the guy from Reacher, the big fella from
Yeah.
Reacher?
I think it is Reacher. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the one where the show that you say that they have to make the bad guy exceptionally big because the lead actor is so
Alan
big.
Richardson is so big; it's hilarious. It's a central joke in Reacher how big he is.
So having someone like that being like put into a position where he's like
Yeah,
cut, you know, by the government, by the system.
Hmm.
I think that would make an interesting film, you know, someone who's
Yeah.
naturally strong.
you could absolutely. And honestly, this film wasn't perfect. How they executed it wasn't perfect. It was good though.
No, it really wasn't. But that's Schumacher for you in a nutshell. Schumacher never really quite. He was a director of the time. You know, when you look at Lost Boys, that's not a good film that would come out now, and you'd go, "Oh, that." People would laugh at that film now. You know, and the same with the Batman films that he did,
Yeah.
and you know, and this, you know, he's a director of the era.
Yeah.
What's the other one where they bring people back to life, who die?
Flatliners.
Flatliners, thank you, and that's Joel Schumacher as well. He has this kind of style that's a little bit camp, and you know,
Very
is
90s.
very much of the early 90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool though. Like as Angry said, good storyline, great premise. Michael Douglas is always awesome in everything he does. I haven't seen a bad Michael Douglas film, I
Yeah.
don't think.
And
No.
Robert Duvall is the cop who's trying to track him down as he causes havoc across the city.
Yes. Yes. It is Robert Duvall, isn't it? That's right.
Yeah, it is.
Good memory. Okay, next up, we have Cutter's Way.
Haven't watched this one, but I have heard of it.
Yeah, same. It's one I've been meaning to get around to watching. Yeah, it looks very interesting. That's a Jeff Bridges film. Yeah. What have we got? Alex Cutter is a Vietnam veteran who's lost an eye and an arm and a leg in the war and is now angry, hard-drinking ex-hero with a seething hatred of the privileged few who sent the young men of America off to war. With his best friend, Richard, which is played by Jeff Bridges,
Yeah.
they're accused of a murder of a teenage girl. Cutter sets out after to find out who the real murderer is and does it the way he knows best, with deep-set, passionate vengeance.
You know, now I just want to see how they handle the effects. If he's lost an arm and a leg, now I want to see how they do that effects-wise.
Probably just tucked it up, chicken winged it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's actually sounds like a pretty powerful film.
Sounds pretty intense.
Okay. Next up. Oh, well.
Oh, this is my favorite non-Tarantino film.
Yeah.
Although
I
he did
agree.
write the script, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, directed by Tony Scott. and
Yeah.
written by Quentin Tarantino.
This is probably my favorite Christian Slater film. And I like a bunch of peak Christian Slater. This is probably my favorite. It is
But
just
also-
a very good Tarantino-esque story.
An incredible supporting cast.
Yeah, the cast is
Ralph
fantastic.
Kilmer, Dennis Hopper, Christopher Walken, Gary Oldman, Brad Pitt. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just
Brad Pitt's cameo as a stoner is just hilarious. He's so funny.
so. Last time we used that great clip when Dennis Hopper was being tortured by Christopher
By the
Walken.
Sicilians.
Yeah. What's another good scene you recommend?
Probably the elevator scene when Christian Slater's going up to the guy who he thinks is a snitch. And the way the cops who are listening in react, it's great.
Yeah, like, is he going to die? I don't think he's going to die. They start betting on him. I think.
And yeah, they're basically going, but they're also just going like, I like this guy. That is really, like, it is that typical Tarantino, really snappy dialogue.
Yeah, that's where it shines more than the action. Oh, Tony Scott's great with action. Don't get me wrong.
He's good at action. Yeah.
And very stylized, especially
it's not very realistic. No.
Especially in the late 90s, early 2000s, Tony Scott went into his own like world of stylization.
Before you bring up another one,
yeah, sure.
Another drink.
Well, it's time for me to crack another drink too, because
crack another drink.
I'm moving back to the what I had last week.
I'm being lazy. I'm just pouring myself a little bit of Starward honeycomb.
Oh, yum!
Exactly.
Oh, make me want to have some, but I'll get too pissed. Okay.
Next one.
Next one is Out of Sight with George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez.
Love this movie. It's incredible. She's a cop. He's a criminal. There's the sexual tension between them. It's just a good story. And everyone's great. She's great. He's great. The supporting cast is great.
This is directed by Steven Soderbergh, who does so many great films. Like, a lot of fun. Really good storyline. Playful and yet thrilling at the same time.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton is in this, and he actually plays the same character as he did in Jackie Brown that I mentioned recently.
Yes.
So this connects it to the Quentin Tarantino universe.
Yeah.
And there's a big documentary coming out about that.
Okay.
Looks interesting to see. Yeah. So, nonetheless, this is a cool little signature disc. One of the more common signature discs you can get because it was the only way you could buy the movie.
Yeah.
And, Oh, look at that. From the producers of Get Shorty and Pulp Fiction.
There you go. This is almost like neo-noir rom-com. It's got a lot of gritty crime stuff in it, but there's also the romantic element. It is a genuinely good film.
Produced by Danny DeVito, Michael Schamberg, and Stacey Sher.
There you go.
I've seen that Danny DeVito as a producer in so many movies of the 90s.
Yeah.
And really good ones, like Hidden Gems,
Yep.
All right. Probably my favorite Scorsese film is next. We have Casino.
For me, it's very tough to pick best Scorsese. This has got to be top 3 in anyone's books, though. This is
all right. Can I ask what the other 2 would be?
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, yeah.
Taxi Driver, probably. I find it really hard to choose between those 3. But also,
where he took a taxi into the city
and
then spent the rest of the night trying to get home. He goes on a date
After Hours.
After Hours, that would be in
Yeah.
my top 5. Yeah,
Yeah. King of Comedy is fantastic.
didn't like that one. Raging
did
Bull,
you?
I like.
I loved it. I thought it was really good.
That movie is very polarizing. I'm not the only person
enough.
that don't like it. It's actually
Yeah.
quite split. Like it's
Yeah.
either you love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
Whereas Raging Bull has a much more broader appeal because of, even though the ending is very bizarre, you do connect with the character a lot throughout it.
Yeah. And Mean Streets from his early days as well.
Yep.
Still haven't seen Boxcar Bertha though. He did Boxcar Bertha for Roger Corman.
Right, yeah, that was his first movie that he did.
Yeah.
And he regretted it the moment it came out, didn't he?
Yeah. People ragged on him for ages for doing
Yeah,
that.
all of his director friends went, "Oh, what are you doing? Don't waste your time on Corman films,
Yeah.
You're too good for Corman films." But the thing is,
no one would give him a gig.
He wasn't being given money to be able to make anything else.
Yeah.
Luckily he got to make Mean Streets, and that got him the heat that he needed.
Yeah.
But even then, even after he got that heat, he still struggled to find, because New York came out, which is that musical with De Niro and Judy Garland's daughter, Liza Minnelli.
Yeah.
And it bombed. It was so overly long. The movie would have been fantastic if it was like a tight 90 minutes. But according to the documentary, he was just knee deep in cocaine at the time. So he just wasn't able to see it through perspective.
70s filmmakers on cocaine? I've never heard that before.
But yeah, then he brought out the Band movie, which was he made that movie while editing New York.
Yeah.
Like halfway through making New York, he went and made another movie. That's how out there he is, What a talent. What a fantastic talent. We are so lucky to have Scorsese films. Killers of the Flower Moon is a high recommendation as far as a modern classic film. Although I wasn't a big fan of the one that he did before that about Hoffa. It wasn't bad, but it was just a standard kind of. It would have been anyone. I don't mind if it was Scorsese or not. What was it called? Do you remember?
It was called Hoffa.
No. The Hoffa was Danny DeVito.
Sorry, you mean the Netflix one?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
the Irishman.
That's it. Good memory. Thank you.
I
always count on you for remembering stuff like that. You're always good. Got a good memory for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I've got Velcro on the inside of my skull that just grabs onto random things and holds on.
There's all these little dust mites full of information.
Yeah. The inside of my skull is a terrible place to see. Yeah.
So yeah, Casino, fantastic film, and Joe Pesci. Pesci.
Pesci is how most people pronounce it.
Yeah, I say Pesci. I've always said Pesci. Ever since
Joey the Fish.
Ever since Home Alone. We were talking about Joe Pesci. He won an Oscar for Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Best Supporting Actor. And I mentioned him being his name Pesci. And I was like, when you said it your way, I'm like, oh, actually, I've never thought about that before. I'm a big My Cousin Vinny fan, and I've always said, I love My Cousin Vinny with Joe Pesci,
I think most people say Pesci, but I'm not going to sort of,
it does sound more right, yeah. Okay, so yeah, cool film.
Definitely.
Oh, I so want to talk about the ending of Casino, but I know I shouldn't, but woo, what an ending.
Spoiler alert for a 30-year-old
When the narration, I'll say this, when the narration changes, hold on to your butt,
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we have a bit of Godzilla. Yes, we've had this before in the shop, but that sold, and now we've got another one. Made by Roland Emmerich, who did Independence Day and Moonfall,
Yeah. Look, not terrible, not great, entertaining.
Entertaining. Dumb entertainment to have while you're drinking a Smirnoff Double Black. Or some Starwood.
Some Starwood honeycomb, yes.
Here's something with a bit more class.
Heavenly Creatures. Oh, this is Peter Jackson just before Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, what was that? Peter Jackson what?
Just before Lord of the Rings.
No. Remember, he what movie did he do between this and Lord of the Rings?
Oh, The Frighteners.
With Michael J. Fox. Yeah, The Frighteners. That's it.
No, but this had more credibility. I love The Frighteners, by the way. This had more credibility, and it's inspired by a true story, I think, and he does it in this surreal, trippy way. These two girls who form a rather too deep friendship that maybe they go off murdering. It's just like...
Yep. Do you know that The Simpsons did a version of this film?
Simpsons did everything, though.
Yeah, but it's really cool. I'm just saying. You know, we talked about how The Simpsons did a Cape Fear, and it was extremely memorable. So
Really
was this.
was.
So was this. Lisa makes a friend, and yeah, shit gets real.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yes. No, I couldn't remember it, but as soon as you said Lisa and friend, like, no, I do remember the whole thing with the Magic Garden and.
Yep, that's the one. Yep,
Yeah.
the Magic Garden. Yep, just like this film had that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was the film that broke Peter Jackson, that made him more commercial than just, hey, I got brains coming out of the back of my head. I'm going to sticky tape them in.
But
You know,
oh my god, I love his schlocky ones.
Oh, who doesn't? Who doesn't?
They're
You know,
so
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
My favorite. Okay, you got to look up early Peter Jackson. One he did with his friends, and they had no money and they were shooting it on weekends. And the first weekend, one of the lead guys, you know, had like a 3-day stubble, and they thought it looked cool, and they shot. And then Peter Jackson said to him, "So you realize for the next year you have to stop shaving on Wednesday because you have to have the same stubble every Saturday when we start shooting again."
Yeah, Bad Taste and Dead or Alive, those two films.
They're so good.
Very cool. Now, there's Meet the Feebles that everyone talks about as well.
The X-rated Muppets.
I'm not on that Meet the Feebles train. I doze off every time I watch that movie.
Okay, I liked Meet the Feebles as well, particularly the one. And I don't want to spoil it, but there's a running joke. The Meet the Feebles, it's like an X-rated Muppets, and terrible things happening. And the show, they're doing a live show, and it's falling apart. And this one character keeps saying he wants to do his song, and they're all going, "No, God, not that song, not that." And he eventually does it. It's worth the wait. I won't spoil it, but
wow, okay, yeah.
When he does the song, and it's just like, wow, they were all right. He should not have done that song.
Yeah, so yeah, I look. It's one of those films that I get its appeal, but it just didn't connect with myself. That's all, you know.
Hey, to each their own.
All right, don't go slapping your officers just like Patton did.
Such a good film. George C. Scott. He got the Academy Award, didn't he?
If not, he should have. This was brilliant.
Yeah. Just the sheer single-mindedness of Patton captured in this film.
Nominated for 10 Academy Awards, Patton won an impressive 7 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay, and Best Actor. So yeah, well done. You got it right.
Yeah.
This is actually a direct transfer from the 17mm film.
Ooh.
It has special features and stuff like that. As you can see, that box here that shows all the. And I've decided not to go through all the special features anymore. You can look them up on the website. It's just boring for everyone else that's listening.
Yeah.
But yeah, nonetheless, really good film. And one that sticks with you on your memory bank.
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah.
His historical thing with Patton, he very much believed the U.S. Army should have kept sweeping through, Europe and taken out the communists as well, even though the communists were united with the Allies to overthrow the Nazis. He was overruled. If Patton's life happened today, the conservative internet wingnuts would go so hard on conspiracy theories about his death because he was unpopular with the politicians because he kept saying, yeah, no, we should keep going and take out the Ruskies as well. And he was killed in an accident. And these days with internet rumors would be, oh, an accident killed our noble general? I don't think so. He would be the fodder for conspiracy theories today.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, from one more movie to the next, we have Gallipoli.
This came out, I was in high school. We loved it. Again, Mel Gibson's rising star at this point hasn't cracked Hollywood yet, but he's at his peak in terms of Australian cinema when this comes out. And this is an intense watch. It's fun, it's entertaining, but really intense at the end of the day.
It doesn't get to the war straight away. I thought when I watched this movie that it was going to be just scene one, walking through the shit, you know.
Three-quarters of the film is build up.
Australian life and how much of a jump in perspective it is from where Australian life is and the Hills Horse clothesline and the Foster beer to the shit, you know.
Yeah. Great movie. Was it Bruce Beresford directed that?
Oh, yeah, I think it is. Or Peter Weir. It's an Aussie director.
It's going to be either Peter Weir or Bruce Beresford.
I got it right. Peter Weir.
Peter Weir. Nice.
My Velcro worked. So next up we have American History X.
Oh, speaking of tough watches, this is an intense film.
I winced when they did the curb stomping scene.
Oh, oof. That was my first introduction to the concept of a curb stomp. And I was like, oh, that's awful.
Yeah, there was a bunch of movies that came out, like I watched around that period that just made it all. Like last week when we did The English Patient and he cut off the thumbs. That stuck in my memory bank. And then the curb stomping. And then Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels had the scene where he had the car door and he's slamming the car door on some dude's head. And it's just messing up his face.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is not a right-wing Republican kind of recruitment film at all. This is a mirror onto that kind of behavior, the same way that Romper Stomper was.
Yeah.
It actually shows how uncontrolled and belligerent, is that the word?
I don't know. But Ed Norton as a neo-Nazi he's so intense.
Well, Ed Norton is a wannabe neo-Nazi. No, right.
He's a reformed neo-Nazi.
Edward Furlong. My bad. Edward Furlong wants to follow in his older brother's footsteps.
And the whole film is him analyzing whether or not that's a good idea.
Yep. And it's a very late release. This is actually quite hard to get your hands on this film.
Yeah.
This was like the last Edward Furlong film when he was, big.
Yeah.
He kind of disappeared into obscurity after this.
Yeah.
All right. We have another copy. We've had this before again. We've had another copy of the Star Wars Trilogy Special Edition, which includes
like
my
Star Wars
favorite
fans
shit on, which is this scene.
I was just saying Star Wars fans love the laser discs. It's so sought after.
Well, if I'm going to get Star Wars on Laserdisc, I want it before the special edition came out. The original cuts without this extra scene. But once I've already got that copy, and I wouldn't mind having the special edition version as well with this extra scene. that nobody really wants, but at the same time, it has some good merits as well because it connects the film a lot more. The three films have art that's added into the film that
Yep.
suits and matches the prequels.
Yeah.
And so what it does, it makes it more contained with the prequel films. It connects them better because they aesthetically match.
Yeah.
They
I
don't
went when they
aesthetically
brought out the special editions. I saw the special edition of A New Hope in the cinema, and so that was all diehard Star Wars fans going to see that. Every added scene got a round of applause. People were like, "Oh wow, that was new! Yay!" So people got a bit more jaded once it was home media, physical media, and whatnot. But when it initially came out, Star Wars fans were super excited by it.
Yeah. I went to see the cinemas release of Return of the Jedi, and I saw this scene, and it put me off all the special features, all the special editions,
Yeah.
any form of CGI added to that film. I wanted it back to the way it was. I hated the fact they changed it.
George Lucas needs a leash, in my opinion. He's a great storyteller. He is a great innovator. He has good ideas. He needs an editor. He needs someone to go, nope, 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 George, no, no, no. Cut it back, buddy.
Yeah, well, he didn't have that during the prequels either, and he got a little out of control during that as well. But
Yeah.
look, there are people who debate, that it added depth. I've just realized I've got the number wrong down here.
Oh, is that last week's number?
No, that's last month. We're at 176, not 166.
Oh, right. A typo. Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
That's okay. We'll gloss over that. No one will notice if we don't draw
Yeah,
attention.
see, it said 176 the whole time. It was always there.
Actually, you should just leave it that. It'd be like a Mandela effect thing if someone said the number change.
Okay, next up we have.
Oh, Stallone. God, doesn't Stallone get the regular look-ins with the laser discs?
Yeah. Again, we've had this one too. Remember I
Yeah.
showed of him jumping down from fan to fan. Yeah. I love the line on the back here. Daylight does for tunnels what Psycho did for showers.
Someone was having fun with that, yes.
But yeah, no, it was a big thing because action movies were changing a lot throughout the 90s. You couldn't have your general 80s big muscular man shooting everybody like Commando and Rambo and stuff like that. They needed to have some kind of depth to it. After Die Hard, things changed in those kind of films. And then we had movies like what's that one with Gina Davis? We had
Long Kiss Goodnight.
Long Kiss Goodnight. And that completely changed what an action movie can be because you put a woman in that role that's usually made for the hardcore Arnie and Stallone, and she handled it brilliantly, So they needed to change it, and that's kind of was them experimenting with the idea of how we can keep on doing action films. All right, then we had the movie of the week, which kind of got taken off as the movie of the week.
We talked last week. This was going to be movie of the week. We're going to watch it and have an in-depth talk. And then Charlie did a thing. Oh my god, it's 3 hours long. Oh my god, it's the second movie in a trilogy. And it's like, okay, well, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you were watching it and sending me images and whatnot. I was like, it's a trippy film.
There were so many funny little bits in it that blew me away. This actually was I gave it 4 out of 5 on my rating system. I've got my rating system is 5 stars. It's a classic. It will be remembered forever. Project Hail Mary got a 5-star. This got a 4. A 3-star would probably be something like that. It was good. I can watch it again. It was enjoyable, but I'm not going to write home about it.
Yeah.
Then we've got 2-star movies, which is that was okay, but just I'll watch it once and be okay with that, you know. And then we've got the 1-star, which I call a giant pile of shit. And there's no other phrase for it. But that's my little rating system. I don't like doing half stars that some people do. I find it just pompous. 3 hours. This took 2 sittings to get through. And, you know, nobody's got time for that. And yeah, it was a really good film, but it was one of those films that's like this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then like a journey film, rather than this happens and then this happens because of this, and then this happens and that sends this parrot and that happens because of this. You know, there was no because at all. It was just random
things that
events
happened.
following one after another. He starts off as a coffee salesman, then he ends up, you know, going back to England, and on the way back to England, he gets taken into a psychiatric hospital, and realizes that he's donating his body to be sewn, to have his head sewn onto a sheep. He didn't want to do that, so he bolted out of the psychiatric. There's a lot of crossovers with Clockwork Orange as well.
Okay.
The hospital, the psychiatric hospital, because he went to the prison scene and stuff like that. There were certain bits you went, oh, that reminds me very much of, because this film followed Clockwork Orange. It was just made right up. It was the next film he did. This is Malcolm McDowell's favorite movie he made. I would happily watch it again.
Okay.
It's long, but some long films, you know, are quite enjoyable.
Right.
You know, I don't know. I'd want to break halfway through.
I was going to watch it, but then you just went like, "Oh, maybe don't bother. It's too long." And it's
Well, you haven't seen Killers of the Flower Moon yet, because
which is another 3-hour film that's on my list to watch.
And
yeah.
I'm like, if you're going to sit through a 3-hour film, I would much rather you do a Scorsese film than waste your time watching the film of the week.
Okay.
We've got another film of the week this week, and it's going to be much shorter, and I promised you that already. Okay, next up we have Breakdown.
This is fun. This is not an all-time great. It's not Kurt Russell's greatest film. It's good though. I remember this film. It's a mystery. It's a short thing is he's with his wife in a slightly remote area. Their big old vehicle breaks down, and he's going, I don't know what's wrong, and he's like at a truck stop, and he comes back, and his wife's missing, and he's trying to work out what happened, and he can't even convince local law enforcement that anything has happened. And so it's an action film, but it's also like a psychological thriller as well. It is pretty good if you want a somewhat offbeat film.
Yeah, that keeps you always guessing. It keeps you on the edge of the seat. I put it to you that it's probably one of Kurt Russell's best films. I can't think of anything like there's Escape from New York, obviously. Little Shop of Horrors, Big Trouble in Little China. There's The Thing. Okay, we've got the John Carpenter films. Okay, but you take the John Carpenter films out of the picture, and this would definitely be right up there. You know, it's
a good film.
It's not
I throw in stuff like Tombstone.
It's sort of forgotten about because it wasn't made by a big budget studio. This was made by the Dino De Laurentiis company, so it was kind of big on VHS.
Yeah.
But having said that, it's a sensational film, really good writing, keeps you on the edge of your seat. You're gonna love it. It's a great film. Yeah.
If you want the psychological mystery thriller, go for it.
God, we're intense tonight. Are you feeling it?
I'm into it. We're feeling it.
I feel it.
Feeling it.
Well, you know what time it is? It's bundle time. Bundle.
Sorry, you threw me. Hey, kids, what time is it?
It's bundle time.
It's bundle time.
Bundle.
We
Okay.
got a bundle.
Last week we talked about a movie called Ed Wood,
We did.
right? And it sold. It went straight out the
Okay.
door. So here's another copy. But
Right.
it's not just by itself.
What's with it?
But it's not just by itself. We've got the Ed Wood collection with it.
Actual Ed Wood films.
Right, yeah. So Volume 1, which is this one, has Plan 9 from Outer Space, Night of the Ghouls, and Jailbait.
Jailbait.
I haven't seen Jailbait, I'll be honest with you. I've seen Night of the Ghouls and I've seen Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perhaps one of the strangest crime dramas ever made. Here is one of Ed Wood's first mainstream films. Don Gregor is headed for trouble with the law, and his friends are real bad guys. His father, a renowned plastic surgeon, and sister want him to go straight. What ensures can only be described as something close to a personal idiosyncrasies in Wood's own life. Look out for the heart-stopping ending.
There
Yeah.
was a recurring theme that he used stuff from his own life in some of these wacky movies.
Yeah, like this one, Glen or Glenda.
Yep. A man who likes to dress in women's clothes.
Yep, and Bride of the Monster, that's my favorite of the Ed Wood films. Everyone talks about Plan 9 from Outer Space, and I agree. It is insane. But Bride of the Monster, sorry, here. I keep doing the reverse camera thing, sorry.
Yeah.
Bride of the Monster is like, if you're a cult fan of Ed Wood, usually you're a big fan of either Bride of the Monster or Night of the Ghouls. He did the horror ones. That was where he really shined, I think. Yeah, that's the bundle.
That's a
Films.
great bundle. Johnny Depp as Ed Wood telling you the whole story of the man, and then the actual Ed Wood collection.
Yep. So you get Glen or Glenda, Night of the Ghouls, Plan 9 from Outer Space, Bride of the Monster, and Ed Wood. That's 5 films.
Jailbait. You forgot Jailbait.
Sorry, 6 films. So yeah, it's a really cheers to that. All right. Friday night we were talking about Oscar winners.
Yes.
And then 1980, I think we'll talk about 1979 films.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Annie Hall swept the Oscars purely on the writing by Woody Allen and, of course, the acting by Diane Keaton. And not just the acting, but the energy, the charisma, the magic that she brought to the film really makes this a delightful to watch if you can get past Woody Allen. A lot of people can't these days, you know.
Look, he's not the worst of the Hollywood monsters by a long stretch, but he's dodgy AF. But there's no denying he's a good writer and a good director because he is.
Yeah, the joke is he never went on the Epstein plane because he was too busy dating his marrying his daughter, his stepdaughter. Yeah, his adopted stepdaughter.
Yeah, we all know what his Pornhub browser history is going to have in it, but you know,
yeah, it's probably him googling himself. Yeah, so this is Annie Hall and. It was, the 1977 Best Picture, so it must have been 1976 we were looking at that year.
Okay.
We looked at a lot of years the other night. What we were doing is playing a game where we would pick movies that we preferred to be the actual winners and stuff like that.
Yeah. We had fun picking random years and looking at what won all the big Academy Awards and relitigating, deciding did we agree with the selection or should it have been something else?
I ended up spending a fortune on eBay buying movies and stuff like that too. Okay, so this one's called Mr. Roberts, and usually I put this in the $5 section because it's an old war movie, and old war movies usually go straight into the old $5 section. But this movie actually was released on Laserdisc at the end of 1999, making it one of the last ever American released Laserdiscs. So...
And it's a classic. It's a mid-20th century film, isn't it?
It has an audio commentary track by Jack Lemmon.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your question? Sorry, I missed that.
I thought, what year did the film come out?
I'm guessing 54, something like that.
That's what I thought, mid-20th century.
Oh yeah, it's definitely mid-20th century. I think it's like one of the early color films or something like that.
And I'm vaguely familiar with this. It's an at least slightly comedic war film, isn't it?
Yes. Jack Lemmon won his first Academy Award after doing this film.
Okay.
So it was a significant film for him.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we haven't got Walter Matthau this week, but we've still got Jack.
How are we missing Walter Matthau? We have him all the time.
Okay, so we've got a couple of box sets to finish off with the night. We're actually chowing through these. We're nearly done. We have some Spielberg.
Gotta love Spielberg.
Collector's edition, the deluxe collector's edition of Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
This is interesting because I've always loved this movie. Then they did a special edition that I thought only had 2 minor differences, and I'm not sure if there was another version that had more differences.
The special edition is available on Laserdisc as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is it, actually, come to think of it, because it says New Definitive Director's Cut. THX.
It's a different cut, okay.
Dolby Digital soundtrack, 2.35 to 1 Panavision aspect ratio, 137-minute running time, interviews with Spielberg, such and such and such, So, it's the full package. The more
that
common...
would be a great collection.
Anything that Spielberg
is
worth having on Laserdisc,
But I really enjoy that movie because it's a slow burn setup. It's all these people thinking, did I see a UFO? Is something, and then something. There's a bunch of stuff happening, and you're trying to get the threads together. And I feel like it really picks up the bit. Richard Dreyfuss's character, he's a lineman for the electric company. He's been called out to a job in the middle of the night, and he's kind of lost. And he stops at a level crossing, and he's looking at a map, trying to work things out. And lights come up behind him and get really close and beep horn because he's just stopped on the road. And he's just like, yeah, go around. And the truck goes around him and yells abuse at him. And he's still looking at his map. Then another set of lights come behind him, and he just goes, God, another one. He goes, waves them, and it goes up and over his car. And just the thing of him going, wait, what happened then? And then it's off to the races. It's everything starts happening. But it was such a good setup of lights, completely normal lights, vehicle goes around him, lights, no, that went up in the air and over his car. It was like, oh, something's happening here.
Very cool film. Speaking of Spielberg, we have one to have a little bit of a chat about here. I think we're talking about Empire magazine, Empire Film Magazine.
Yes.
And they were talking about the number
top
one
100 films of all time.
And this one.
Empire readers voted Jaws the best film of all time. Now, I think Jaws is a fantastic film. I think it's a groundbreaking film in a lot of ways. It's not the greatest film of all time, but honestly, it's good. There's no two ways about it. It's good. But you
This
can pick
film-
out 100 good things in it.
This film has a very strong connection with Laserdisc as well, because
Yeah.
Jaws was the very first ever movie that came out on Laserdisc.
Oh!
Not this copy. This is a signature repressing, of course. But yeah, when you see the old Disco Vision disc, which is what
Okay.
they used to call Laserdisc back in the olden days.
Yeah.
Back in my day, you used to call them Disco Vision.
When I was young, it was all about the Disco Vision. And then you came with your laser discs and your compact discs and the video discs and the fiddly faddly. I was all about the disco.
They didn't have compact discs until 1984. Laserdisc came out 5 years before compact discs did.
Wow. That is groundbreaking.
When you think about it like that, they put a movie on a disc before they put music on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But considering they had to put an hour of music on a disc that could fit in your hand, like I hate Blu-rays that stick that big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of CDs, this is quite a featured box set.
Ooh, what's in there?
Besides special features, which is like all Laserdisc, all these signature discs have.
Yeah.
We have a book that breaks down the
triple
film,
gatefold.
and talks and has bits that Steven Spielberg talks about the film in there. And then underneath all the discs, which is that's where you get them out. Okay, you got a little finger hole that you need to find.
Okay. Sorry, we're starting to talk about finger holes. The topic's changed. Sorry.
This finger hole. So you've got Jaws the book,
Wow.
the paperback.
So that's actually Peter Benchley's novel.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, love it. Because it was a very successful book before it was a movie.
And the Jaws soundtrack.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That's a great mixed media combo, that box
I
set.
really
love
loved the box sets that did this. They went over I've got a there's what's that famous movie by Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon. And I've got on Enter the Dragon, you can actually get a piece of film that they cut out of the original negative, that's
I think there was a Star Wars release I saw that had a cell in a slide frame.
Yeah.
That's the thing they do occasionally, a 35mm frame.
Anyway, yeah, so the box has taken a slight beating. As you can see, there's a little bit of damage, but not much, Like, you put this on your shelf, you would never even know. The discs are in perfect condition, so it plays perfectly. And
that is a great box.
It's still packed with tons of special features.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't go wrong with a bit of Jaws. It's a movie that does have rewatchability.
Absolutely.
It has some sensational shots in it. One that Angry loves is the push.
The dolly
pull.
push.
Yeah. The dolly, what we call a push pull.
The dolly zoom, whatever you want to call it, the push pull, the dolly zoom is great, but the story of Jaws is great. The performances are great. The interplay between characters is great. The shark stuff is great.
Yep. So and the way that it was made too, not having the ability to show as much of the shark as they wanted to, made it more thrilling when they did.
Yeah.
The
big reveal. I will always love the line. Roy Scheider throwing the chum in the ocean, saying it's a gross, disgusting job throwing all these fish guts in, and just behind him, it's the first big reveal of the shark. It comes and he looks over and just sees the size of the shark coming out of the water, and he does the immortal line, "Gonna need a bigger boat."
Just the look on his face.
Yeah, again, because Roy Scheider, great actor, to be able to do that, like I'm complaining, I just shit myself at the size of the shark.
Yeah. All right, so we've got 2 more movies left,
Let's go.
and both of these are kind of ones we're going to be talking about a bit, I think, because they're
Let's go.
The film of 1997.
Which I've still never watched all of.
What?
I've seen bits of it. I've just never sat down and watched the whole movie.
I got my first blowjob to this movie. It was great, you know. There's the visual image for you kids.
Oh, I am never watching this movie because I'll just be watching it the whole time and going, I wonder, is this where Charlie got his blowjob? I'm never watching this movie.
I can tell you the bit. No.
You've put that into my head, and now I can never watch this movie.
Yep. No, it was funny because I didn't know that she was going to do it, and I looked down and went, what the fuck? Yeah, so watch Titanic. You might get a blowjob.
Stranger things have happened, is all I'm saying.
Honestly, I thought we'd go into a different direction with that, but yeah, sorry.
That caught me by surprise, I tell you what.
Okay, Lucky Last.
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah, this is
again.
Now
So
we've been
relevant
talking about
today.
this. You call it the first ever Jim Carrey proper drama film.
Roll.
I'm still pushing towards Liar Liar on that, and I even included bit samples last time that showed how wonderful his acting is in Liar Liar. But in the sense of that, this film had so much depth. Actually, it's directed by Peter Weir, who also did
Second Peter Weir film for the night.
a double Peter Weir. That's
Yep.
not very common. Yeah. Yeah. What also has to be brought up is the wonderful side actors.
Mm.
We have Ed Harris, who confuses his job because he's been doing it for so long that he actually took on the role of God/Father of the universe, of his universe, Truman Show's universe.
Yeah.
And
He
you can
talks
see
to Truman and says, "I'm your creator."
Yeah. And you can see that affected him, in godlike ways because he was almost willing to kill him.
Because he literally goes, "Cue the sun," like he can make the sun rise.
And overall a sensational film. So much
great.
little technical details that just make it wonderful. From the moment the light falls to, where they stick the cameras in different places.
Yeah.
How he gets around. I don't know how he even knows where the cameras are, but he manages to sneak around one of the cameras and you're like, oh, that's brilliant. I love it, And
the gradual reveal. Yeah.
the backlog of him growing up on camera his whole life and how many people have become very attached to him and stuff like that. And this was an era when non-scripted television was very new.
Yeah. This is just more relevant, if anything, with the streamers and everything today, with YouTube and Twitch and TikTok. It's not less relevant, it's more relevant.
You want to talk about that? I've got a film I've been nagging you to watch called David Holzman's Diary.
Okay.
It's the YouTuber before there was YouTube in the 60s. And it is a mindfuck of a film. I loved it so much. I caught it late night on SBS.
Okay.
One of those awesome late night SBS films.
Yes. Love late night SBS.
Was blown away by it. I actually bought I've got it on Laserdisc. Actually, it's on Plex too. It's hiding in the Criterion section.
Okay.
It's not technically a Criterion film anymore. It used to be when it was on Laserdisc, though. So
Okay. Well, another fabulous selection there, Charlie. I love the box sets tonight. Those are for the true fans. Those are for the true collectors. You want a special presentation. Going to look great on your shelf. The box sets.
Yep, absolutely, and with lots of extra features and
Yeah.
little fiddly bits and commentary tracks and stuff like that.
Mm.
So lots more replayability you get out of them too.
Yeah.
Worth the extra bit of money.
Yeah,
Especially
so-
Toy Story. Oh my god, that is such a great bundle. Yeah.
I have always loved because Pixar started making films when my young'uns were young'uns, and so I had all the Pixar films on physical media, and I have always loved the extra features, the behind the scenes, how because they share so much of how they develop the stories, not just the technical stuff, but the story stuff.
Pixar films would always release a single disc and a double disc version of their film. And I'd always chase down the double disc version that would have the extra, 3 or 4 hours, sometimes up to 6, of extra shit that you can just sit there and just,
Absolutely.
Always
the double disc.
Anyway, thank you for watching again, guys. Please
Thanks,
rate.
everyone.
I really loved all the thumbs up we got after the live viewing last week. That was really fun. And I'll see you next week. Actually, sorry, no. I'm taking a week off next week.
Okay.
But we're coming back the week after, and we might have a special guest.
Ooh, I love special guests.
Yeah, just to mix it up a bit every now and then, I like to get on a special guest.
All right, that sounds good.
Yeah. I haven't run this past Angry at all yet. I should have.
I'm fine with you. Surprises. I love guests. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. See you next week.
Thanks, everyone. Bye. All right. What's everyone been doing in the chat while we've been doing this?
What was that? An hour 16?
Rukusan. Oh my god.
About usual.
Okay.
What did I miss?
Rottweiler dude popped in. Oh, okay. So Rukusan, you might have missed this. So Charlie runs a web store where he sells laser discs. So we've now taken to on Sunday nights doing a review of 30 discs he's adding to the shop, and then he edits it and puts the edited version on YouTube on Thursday. But it's a hell of... I'm a film nerd. Charlie's a film nerd. We just get an hour or so of just rambling about, oh, look at this film. I know about this film. And we get to be film nerds, and Charlie gets to promote the stuff on his online store.
Can we just do one more section? Sorry, I missed.
Ooh.
Can you knock that out just for one real quick second? Sorry.
All right, what do we got to do?
All right. One last thing, guys. We've got the movie of the week next week that I like to quickly show off. And we have a choice. Now, it's up to Angry Aussie to choose which one. So here we go.
All right. We're going to choose between two films.
Is the Ipcris File, which
Michael
is
Caine as a spy.
Michael Caine doing a James Bond film made by the same people that make James Bond.
So it's a different sort of spy film. I get it.
Then we have Sean Connery the same year doing The Hill, which is a army/war film.
Okay. They both sound good, but
Oh, Sidney Lumet.
The Ipcris File. What are you pointing at there?
Oh, the director is Sidney Lumet. I really love him. He's a really, really good director.
Bit of a legend director. I'm going to pick the Ipcris File because I've just always wanted to watch it and I never have. So we're going to make for the next thing, movie of the week will be the Ipcress file. That's my call.
So yeah, if you can get your hands on it, gang, pick up a copy of the Ipcress file.
And if you can't get it yourself, Charlie and I will watch it, and we will have a bit of an in-depth discussion on what it's like as a film.
Yep. The fact that this got a Roan pressing as well. The Roan Group used to own Criterion.
Oh, okay.
So this is basically a Criterion film without having it in name.
It's not Criterion, but it is kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. I've always when I have Roan discs, we always Laserdisc geeks always call it. It's basically a Criterion, but we can't get that brand name. Yeah. Anyway, just wanted to add that in. Thank you again. See you next time. Bye, gang.
Bye.
Okay. Had to get that done. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that we talked about that. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, we have
Yes,
to.
Charlie's YouTube is Home for the Elderly. Yes.
Yes, that's me, Home for the Elderly. That's also the name of the website, Home for the Elderly. Yeah. As you can see from the jumper here or the jumper here.
Yeah. I've got the merch.
Yeah.
I have the strategically placed merch here. Also, next to it, just the meme pillow young Mr. Angry made when he was in like primary school. So that's like, I don't know, 15 years old now.
Heine, I'd only give it a 3 blowjobs out of 5. We weren't that good at it yet, So, I'd have one again, but it's not one to write home about,
Yeah, I don't think I've ever got a random blowjob while watching a movie. I mean, while watching pornos, yes, but
I don't watch pornos with other people.
I haven't for a while, but I have at various.
Have you ever watched pornos with other men, like back on that Oh Lucky movie, right?
Yeah,
they watched a movie in like a bar with a whole bunch of other men with women sitting on their lap wearing negligees and whatever it's called, right? Negligees.
Yeah, I swear. When I was at uni, so this is 80s, where porn had been illegalized in Australia and was actually quite hard to get. Like in the 90s, it's still illegal, but people had stopped enforcing it and became. Hey, Sim, hello, by the way.
So it was illegal in name only, like walking around with a half gram of
weed. But there was a period in the 80s when it was actually hard to get. But there was this one guy when I was at uni, had it, and in the common rooms of like the dorms, he'd put on porn, and it was just kind of funny for a group of people because, of course, everyone would pretend not to be in. Oh, I'm just turning off my recorder, by the way. Everyone would pretend not to be into it, just make jokes. But apparently he did this, and I'm still glad I wasn't there, but he actually had like bestiality porn. And how people related it to me was like, okay, there'd be a scene that was bad, and you went, oh, and everyone's going, okay, this is gross and disgusting and awful. And then the next scene would be worse. They were just saying each subsequent scene was worse than the last scene they watched, which made them go, oh my God, that was awful. So, all right. So it's time to sign off. I'll wait for Charlie to come back.
Just got to answer Suffer's question real quick. Suffer
what
asked.
Was Suffer's question? I must have missed
Suffer
it.
asked if 3 out of 5 too long.
Oh, wow. Okay. Sim didn't like Project Hail Mary. Fair enough.
Right, she did, but not loved it like we did.
Yeah.
Liked it, but not loved it. So the question that Sim asked was, are Disco Vision's only music laserdiscs?
Right.
And the answer is no. There's a action film that came out back in 1976 called Midway that was about the bombing of Pearl Harbor, I think it was.
No, the Battle of Midway was...
Battle of Midway, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a movie with Sissy Spacek. I think it was, with
Coal
called
Miner's Daughter. That
Yeah.
is about Loretta Lynn,
Yes.
a really famous country star.
So Disco Vision kept its name until 1982, when MCA, which is MCA. How do we know what's MCA? You know, the
It's one of the Beastie
record
Boys,
company.
isn't it?
They make they had another name.
I thought that was one of the Beastie Boys. I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Anyway, it went until 1982, and then they sold the brand name and the product over to Pioneer, and Pioneer renamed it to Laser Vision. And
Oh my god!
with that,
sorry. How good is this noise? Like the really long neck of this bottle.
Yeah.
How good is this noise?
oh wow, that's got some bass. Yeah.
That's a hell of a noise. Sorry, I just had to share it.
Okay, so Sim, my biggest criticism to the film was that it was designed for the TikTok generation with short attention spans. I would have much preferred the film to be laid out in chronological order instead of bouncing back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth between him discovering how the microbiomes were blocking the sun and how they mated. And how
trivia, that's how the book is structured.
Yeah. No,
because it's also okay. The thing is, when the guy wakes up from the cryo sleep, the system tells him a side effect of the cryo sleep is memory loss, and you'll gradually get your memory back. So in the book, he progressively remembers the lead up to him going on that mission. And the last thing he remembers is the big I don't want to spoil it because it's a significant reveal in the movie. But yeah, the last thing he remembers is how he ended up on the mission.
I would love to rewatch the film with a different edit of it, you know, from school teacher to up in space to meeting the alien to
I get what you're saying, but because I listened to the audiobook. I didn't read
the Marvel.
I think that structure works because you're in his head then. He is gradually remembering stuff that happened before he got flung off into space.
But it takes you out of the film, though. You are right into the depth of them solving problems, and then it's suddenly like, off we go back to where we, and it's
the key
I don't give a fuck about this intro anymore,
Okay, my big disagreement with your view there is that final reveal. It's very important that he doesn't remember that. It's because it completely changes everything that happens when he's on the mission.
That he doesn't remember even
why he ended up on the mission, because he was never supposed to be on the mission. He was an advisor.
Yeah.
And we're getting dangerously close to spoiling one of the major reveals.
I will definitely continue this conversation with you in text.
Yeah.
I am quite passionate.
It absolutely destroys an incredibly important reveal if you do it chronologically.
There was a movie that came out called Miss Marvel, I think it was called, or the Marvel. It was the female Marvel.
Yeah, that movie was called The Marvels. Ms. Marvel was a streaming series.
No, before that, the first movie where Annette Bening was in it as well.
I kept meaning to watch The Marvels, but I haven't. Because I like the Captain Marvel movie. I like the Ms. Marvel series, and they brought together several of the characters in the Marvels.
See, I disagree with having it 90 minutes. The reason why sci-fi films all have to be over at 2 hours, that's sort of the general rule with sci-fi, because it's all about vibe and
explaining everything.
You need to really be in existence of that and of that atmosphere to really vibe with that film. I think 90 minutes was, yeah. Sometimes films are meant to be long, you know, they just feel, and sometimes films that are 2.5 hours long. Yeah, and Dark Star was no vibe at all. Dark Star was just a joke. I'm sorry, no offense, but people looking back at that film just go, "Oh, what a college room."
I
experiment."
can't believe no one's remade Dark Star but made it better.
Yeah,
Because it would
Yeah.
be it would be easy to do a better version of Dark Star. It would genuinely
Oh, yeah.
be easy.
they added extra scenes to Dark Star Laserdisc, to stretch it out into a proper movie length
Yeah.
level, and even then, it still felt extremely underdeveloped. You know, yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to go to bed, but I'm going to send you the audio because I'm going to the
Thank
office
you.
tomorrow.
Yes,
I'm going to
yes.
send you the audio before I go to bed.
No
And
doubt about
I
it,
am
dude.
also going to get StreamYard to auto-generate some shorts to see if there are any. If StreamYard auto-generates any good shorts, I'll post them.
Oh,
might
you
be
posted
some good
on your
teaser
site.
We'll see.
Okay,
It-
cool.
I think it's fascinating, this thing it does where it searches your stream and goes, we think this 60 seconds would make a good short. So we'll see. If any of them are good, I'll post them. But I'll probably be back for a stream on Tuesday night.
I hope so. That's our political night. We like getting knee deep into the political, you know.
Let's fucking go, is all I say. But I'm going to go to bed now. So everyone, look after yourselves. Take care. See you another time. Bye.
You are totally fucked up!